Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome if you are new. Today we are reacting to my Booktube Newbie Tag because I have recently reached 1,000 subscribers, and once again I cannot thank you guys enough. It's an unbelievable milestone that I never thought I would get to, and I know it sounds cliche, but it really truly is like a crazy number that I never kind of imagined. I can't wait to continue to create content for you guys and get lots of bookish content. Today we are reacting to my Booktube Newbie Tag. If you didn't know, I started my Booktube channel off of June last year, so I've been doing this for roughly 10 months now, and my first video was my Booktube Newbie Tag. And to kind of celebrate me reaching 1k, I thought it would be interesting to look back on my first ever video, see how far I've come, see kind of if I have different answers to the questions now that I've been on Booktube for almost a year, and just see what I've learned in the almost year that I've been on Booktube. So that's what we're doing today. I really hope you enjoy this video. If you do enjoy this video, make sure you click that subscribe button so you can see more content from me, and click the bell button so you never miss content, because sometimes YouTube likes to do that cheeky thing and not let you know when new videos have been released by your favourite creators. So make sure that bell icon is also highlighted so you never miss a thing from me. And without further ado, let's watch my Booktube Newbie Tag. Oh my god, I'm scared. This is going to be so cringy. My Booktube Newbie Tag is 12 minutes long, so let's just dive right into it. Oh, cringe. I remember doing that, cheers, because I had no idea what to do with my hands. So I'm grateful that I had a mug, so I had something to do with my hands, because now I like to just punch the air. And my intro has changed. Obviously it's pretty much stayed the same, but I was so eager to get my video up for the first time that I did a really quick intro, and obviously that's evolved slightly. Not too much, but it's definitely, the colouring's changed just slightly bit to make it a bit more vibrant, and the lettering has drastically improved. So yeah, that's an interesting thing to point out. My intro has changed. And look at those stars, they're so rough. I was just like, I need something.
Welcome to my YouTube channel.
Ah!
Cheers.
Oh no,
Before
not...
we get started, I just wanted to address the Black Lives Matter movement.
I sound so shy. Obviously, when I first posted, I posted this back in June last year, which was the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, and I am still obviously all for it, and I support everyone, and acknowledge that I 100% am an ally. I 100% support every single person out there. Since creating my Booktube channel, I have massively diversified what I read and what's on my bookshelves, and I'm so grateful that the community has enabled me to do that. I did put a message out there about the Black Lives Matter movement before getting into my video, because I did post it in the height, and I didn't want to be insensitive to just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to post my first YouTube video, but I'm not going to touch upon the serious issues that were currently being addressed and still being addressed, especially with the Asian American hate crime going on at the minute as well. Everything is just so prominent, and I 100% still stand by what I'm saying in this clip.
It needs to be something.
I also want to say quickly, sorry, I never used to wear makeup in my Booktube videos because no one was watching, so I didn't really care what I looked like. And it's so weird, I was talking to Rhiannon about this from the Welsh Reader, and she was the exact same, never used to worry about doing her makeup or her hair for videos because she knew, you know, like no one was kind of watching. But then as you start gaining traction and more people watch, you just kind of feel this awful pressure to then look more presentable. And it's kind of bad, because I don't hate myself about makeup. It's just something that I feel like I look more presentable when I put more effort in. So I now wear makeup and do my hair and wear nicer clothes, whereas this is literally like the height of summer. I didn't have any makeup on, I hadn't done my hair, I was literally just in my PJs drinking a cup of tea, which is absolutely fine, and you see that side of me when I'm vlogging. But yeah, for sit down videos now, I definitely put a lot more effort into my appearance, which is bad.
It has changed good and becomes part of normal. It's so sad that racism is a thing, but unfortunately it is, and we need to change that. It needs to just...
Still agree.
Make sure that...
Am I talking really slowly? I feel like I'm talking really slowly. Have I picked up my pace, or I'm just so used to watching 2x speed videos now?
Because it's not good enough anymore just to be non-racist. We have to be anti-racist, and we have to call out people that are racist. We have to make this movement continuous, and it can't just be a thing that fades and then just we resort back to the old ways. Like, there is no going back to normal.
Also, sorry, I just noticed my bookshelves have changed. I basically wanted a more vibrant background for videos, so I put all of my favourite contemporaries in rainbow order on this bookshelf and moved where those books are, so they're all around my room where you can't see them, but now I have nice colourful bookcases. True.
There's no other reason. I've known of Booktube and I've been watching Booktube now since 2014.
Yep.
And I thought it was about time to join the actual community. What a better place to start than start a YouTube channel all about books.
Cringe. I obviously 100% agree. This is why I started my channel, was to share my love of reading, to pass on the passion and just get everyone else excited about reading. And there's a question coming out being like, what can you bring to Booktube? And I didn't realise this at the time, but I feel like predominantly, I didn't notice it anyway, I didn't know about it. Predominantly, a lot of booktubers are fantasy readers, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But I do find it harder to find predominantly contemporary readers, and I feel that's definitely my niche. All my friends read fantasy, all the people I follow read fantasy, and I really don't read fantasy all that often. So I feel like that's one of my niches, is contemporary reading, and to bring books that you may not have heard about that are in the contemporary genre, like Libby Page, Lucy Diamond, Lindsay Kelk, Paige Toon, Giovanna Fletcher, all these authors that are underhyped on Booktube but very much hyped in the contemporary world of books. But just because Booktube is very predominantly fantasy based, you don't kind of hear those authors getting circulated, and I want to raise their voices because they deserve the love and attention that all fantasy books get as well.
What are some fun, unique things you can bring to this channel is question 2, and to tell you the truth, absolutely nothing. Booktube has been around for a very long time now, and recently it's got very, very saturated, not in a bad way. I absolutely love finding new creators and new content.
That is one thing. I said that I love finding new creators and new content, and I did, but I was very guilty in just following the big booktubers and following people and subscribing to people that already had a massive following. Before starting my own channel, I didn't realise how crucial it was to support the smaller creators, to like their videos, to comment on their videos and make them feel part of the community. That's definitely something that I've noticed and become more aware of starting my own channel. I watch a lot of smaller booktubers now just because actually I find them more authentic, I find them more enjoyable, and I just feel like I have that personal connection because I can understand where they're coming from. I appreciate now the hard work that everyone puts into creating content, so I'm 100% here for supporting the smaller creators. And I said that I like finding them, but I didn't really put the effort into finding them, whereas now at least once a month I go onto YouTube, type in Booktube Newbie Tag and filter it for the last month, and I see new videos that have come out by new channels that have just been created, and I try and support as many as I can.
I'm just so out of my comfort zone right now.
I was, but I also realised how comfortable I could be in front of a camera and how natural this is to me. I feel like my generation has kind of grown up with the evolvement of cameras and vlogging and selfies and social media, and find it a lot easier to adapt to this sort of kind of lifestyle, I guess. So I 100% am comfortable in front of a camera now. I hope you can tell that from the differences of these videos. I don't feel out of my comfort zone anymore regarding Booktube, and I'm only doing this less than a year. So definitely a tip, if you want to start a Booktube channel, just sit in front of a camera and do it. Yes, you will be awkward, yes, you'll be shy first, but the more you do it, the more you get used to it, and soon the camera becomes one, part of you, and two, a friend, and it just becomes more and more natural to talk in front of the camera. So you just have to leave everything behind and just put your all into it, because that's the only way that you're going to improve, because it's something that comes over time. No one's ever, I think, completely natural in front of the camera when they first like press the record button. It's definitely something that comes with time.
Not in the editing or the design, I'm a graphic designer.
Still true.
Edit, so unfortunately, as we go on this journey together.
Also, quick side note, I'm now recording on a completely different camera, so I'm hoping you can see a quality improvement.
We will find my niche and my fun and unique thing I can bring to Booktube.
Also, talking about fun and unique things and niches that I could bring to Booktube, I didn't really have an idea of what content I was going to produce when I first created this video, but I can definitely say now my niches are TBR party games, because I do a different one every month according to the season, and also my reading books set across 24 hours in 24 hours is a video series that I absolutely love doing. I can't do them as often because they take obviously a chunk of time, a whole 24 hours, and I just don't have that time to dedicate to reading. I'm very much more when I can fit in a page or a chapter here and there, then I'll fit it in rather than sit down for hours on end and read a book. So those videos are harder to film because they take up a lot more time, but they are one of my favourite videos, and they're kind of what started my kind of continuum of creating content, because I was like, oh my god, I love filming this, I want to do more, and that kind of drove me and made me more passionate about creating content.
Because at the minute, I have nothing to offer.
I remember I showed this video to my boyfriend before uploading it, and he goes, you can't say you have nothing to offer, you won't get any subscribers that way.
Question 3 is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? And I'm such a creative person that I have like 3 journals, and I do a 1 line a day, and I do a 1 second a day, and I have all these things that capture my memories and my moments and my thoughts and my feelings, and scrapbooks and photographs, and I have...
Yeah, I definitely love YouTube for that, because I can go back in time and watch a video and see, 1, oh my god, I've come so far, I'm so proud of myself, or 2, I couldn't remember the exact thoughts I had about that book, but now I have it captured for a lifetime, and I can go back and watch what I thought of that book before even going to a sequel, or just kind of ready for a review or a wrap up, or all sorts. So that is a massive thing that I like about YouTube as well. All my thoughts about books are in one place, and I can easily refer to them if I need be for another video.
And my instant thoughts and feelings, like if I'm reading a book, just whip out my phone and be like, this is how I'm feeling. I do write, I used to have a blog.
Wow, I burped in that video. I cut out all my burps now. Rachel, you're really showing your true colours.
I'm quite a rambler, they're so wordy, so I feel like videos would be a better outlet for my thoughts and feelings. Question 4. Sorry if I keep looking down, I'm reading questions off my phone. Question 4 is, why do you love reading? And I think for a lot of booktubers out there, the reason we love reading is escapism. Yeah. And that is a massive thing for me. Plus, since being in lockdown, if I didn't have reading, I do not know what I would do with my time. Like, I could binge Netflix and YouTube all day, but I just feel like that's kind of a waste.
Booktube has definitely motivated me to read more. If I didn't start my channel last year, I definitely wouldn't have read 100 books last year, and I'm so proud that I can now say that I've read 100 books in a year at one point in my life. So Booktube has definitely motivated me to read more, but I still 100% agree with this statement. If I didn't have reading, I don't know what I'd do with my time, because I'm not someone who can sit down for hours on end and watch Netflix. I get too fidgety. I need something I can absorb myself in and physically feel like interacted with, hence a book, and hence why I prefer paperbacks to any other format of reading.
I feel like I've wasted my day if all I've done is watch YouTube, whereas if I spent my day reading, I feel like I've got something out of it. So if I didn't read, I don't know what I would do with my day. Like, they're such an outlet for me. Question 5. What book or series got you into reading? Now, like I mentioned before, I discovered Booktube and reading back in 2014. I started reading when I was about 16, 17, which is late. Like, I completely admit that, but that's the truth. And the reason I started reading was absolute fluke. Yeah. I had this one book on my bookshelf, Angels by Marion Keyes.
I hate that book now. I did a whole reading vlog where I read the 2 books mentioned in this video, the 2 books that got me into reading. I reread them, and one I still absolutely love, but Angels by Marion Keyes is one now that I absolutely hate, and I still am grateful, and I will forever keep it, because it is the book that got me into reading, and I clearly liked it and wanted to continue reading books after reading this one. But having such a more diverse reading background now, when I reread this book, it fell so flat for me. I just didn't care for it, and it was outdated, to say the least. Some comments and stuff were a bit iffy.
And my juggling cup of tea and a book, perfect combination.
Agree, the perfect combination.
The reason
God, I talk so slowly.
I had this book on my bookshelf, and I was bored in the summer holidays, so I picked it up and I read it, and I fell in love with reading. So I'm very, very grateful to Marion Keyes and this book for sparking an interest in reading and letting me become the person I am today, because I don't know who I would be if I didn't pick up reading 6 years ago. Like, books is such an important part of my life right now that I don't know where I'd be, so I'm very grateful. So that's one of the books and the main book that got me into reading. But I also have to shout out Billy and Me by Giovanna Fletcher.
I am talking so slowly, and I usually cut out all my ums and ers now as well.
The Fletcher family, Tom Fletcher from McFly, Carrie Fletcher, Giovanna Fletcher, and all the kids. So
I'm gonna speed it up.
To pick it up, and this is what made me fall in love with contemporary and young adult. And I read every single book of Giovanna Fletcher's now.
I put it to 1.5 speed because I am talking so slowly.
Because this book is very special to me. Has signed it herself. I got this signed a couple of years ago going to my one and only book event, where she spoke about her most recent book back then, which would have been Some Kind of Wonderful. So yeah, I just wanted to meet her and talk to her about books. I gave her a letter, I got all my books signed. It was a brilliant day. But yeah, those
Really
two
was.
books definitely got me into reading. Question 6. What questions would you ask your favourite booktuber? I have a lot of favourite booktubers, and I was thinking about this question like prepping in advance, and I was like,
I bet if I actually listed down my favourite booktubers when I filmed this video, if I actually like said them out loud, they would be completely different to my favourite booktubers right now. My favourite booktubers right now are my friends, and they consist of mainly Chloe from Chloe's Books, India from What India Read, Rebecca from Rebecca Books, Emily from Emily Kathleen Reads, Mollie from Mind of Mollie, M from A Little Writer M, Leah from Leah Crumpton. So many people. Who else? Oh, Rhiannon from Welsh Reader. Oh my god, there's so many. And all my favourite booktubers are small booktubers because I love my friends and I love the people I've met in this community and I just want to support them with my whole heart. And bigger booktubers do tend to get pushed to the sidelines. If I only have half hour to watch a video, I'll most likely watch a smaller booktuber's video.
what would I ask them? And the only thing I could think of was how to keep up with social media being consistent, because I'm all for
It's natural.
Instagram and Twitter.
It just becomes another part of content creation. If you are really in for this and you really have your heart and your passion behind it to create content and to create bookish content, Twitter and Instagram just come naturally. Saying that though, I'm not a massive Bookstagram person. I love stories and I love updating my stories with what I'm doing in the day, books I've read, my thoughts and stuff. But I hate my feed. I don't like taking pictures of books at all whatsoever. And you know what? It hasn't affected my content creation or my outlet to reading books or creating content. It's just something that I don't enjoy doing, so I'm not gonna put myself through it, because if I force myself to create stuff for my Instagram feed, for Bookstagram, I wouldn't enjoy it and therefore my passion wouldn't come through and therefore I wouldn't get the interaction, because people can tell when you're not being genuine. So I just leave my feed. I only post when I really, really want to, if there's a book that I absolutely love, etc. So I don't force myself to do Bookstagram just because everyone else is doing it. It's just a sideline for me. I am mainly active on Twitter and a little self-promo. If you do want to follow me on my social media, all my links are always down in the description box below.
Yeah, and then question 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to
Ooh.
overcome? And I definitely think that's going to be confidence, self-worth, like...
Self-worth is still a massive thing. I have self-doubt about my channel pretty much once a week, most likely more. It's just part of human nature, I feel like, comparing yourself to others, saying to yourself you're not good enough, etc. And I do have my moments of, why did I start my channel? Is it worth it? Am I worthy? There's better people out there. There's no point of me posting when no one really watches me. And you always have those questions running through the back of your mind. But if you love what you do, just continue to create content, because you can't start this channel in the mindset of anything else apart from enjoyment, because then you won't get anywhere. So do it for your love personally, and people will see that through a camera and enjoy watching your content because you love creating it.
Knowing it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. It's just like all these things that I'm such an overthinker, like even if something is bad and I won't post it, my boyfriend will be there like cheering me or whatever, but I'll just be like, it's not good enough.
My boyfriend is still my biggest cheerleader through and through. I couldn't have done it without him.
All this sort of stuff, and it will be. Just because it's not perfect and it's not my like 100 videos, so I'm not 100% comfortable in front of the camera.
I still haven't made 100 videos, by the way, so.
It's good enough to put on it, and I should feel proud of what I've achieved and what I've done, which I find kind of hard to do sometimes. So
I do feel proud of what I've achieved, to be fair, in the last 10 months of making booktube content. To see where I've come, just watching this video, to where I am now and how much more comfortable I am, I'm proud of myself for my confidence growth, 100%.
and question 8, when did you start reading? So like I mentioned, I started reading in 2014 and I haven't looked back since. I started my Goodreads account in 2014. I found all my favourite booktubers in 2014. Obviously I found...
No, I didn't. I found all my favourite booktubers in 2021 and 2020. How times have changed.
More since then, as the booktube grown. But Ariel was set. I literally remember being one of the first booktubers ever.
Cheers,
Subscribe
yeah.
to, and she's still one of my favourites, and I make sure to participate in the Booktubeathon, aka the Reading Rush, every single year to support her.
Which I don't anymore. Just to let you know, if you're around last year, you'll understand why. But I don't support that
And
readathon anymore.
yeah, I've been part of the community as an outsider for 6 years now, so I thought I'd try and welcome myself in to actually being a part of it visually. So
And I do feel so part of the community. I love everyone that I've met, whether they also make content or just people who don't make content. I've made so many friends this past 10 months just from creating content and putting my name out there, that I think I wouldn't have been able to survive lockdown as well as I have if I didn't have this creative outlook and somewhere I can talk to you guys and feel part of a community. And live shows have been a massive help with that as well, feeling massively part of the community, hosting live shows and being part of other live shows and just being in the comments. Live shows have been a massive thing for lockdown, especially for UK booktubers in our third lockdown currently. I think live shows have massively picked up and they definitely make you feel part of the community.
Hi. Where do you read is question 9.
My bed.
My bed. I like being comfy when I read, so my reading consists of either in my bed, under my duvet, on my bed, or by the side of my bed.
Yeah, same.
You can't
I don't read anywhere else.
Okay, my camera cut me off because my record was full. I started to a new channel with my birthday video, but it's all good. We've replaced the card. But the last question.
My whole area where I film and stuff, although I literally just used to sit like this in front of my bookcase and have my camera more facing me, obviously, I much prefer having this sort of angle. I don't know why. I just think it looks a lot better. You can see kind of more of my bookshelves because I'm not blocking most of it, and you get to see Stitch and Baymax in the background as well. Who doesn't want to see those two?
I'm really sorry for camera angles changed. Like, this is my birthday video, so I don't have a tripod, so
I now have a tripod.
So the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? And my favourite genre is definitely contemporary. YA contemporary. I'm slowly moving in.
But not YA contemporary. I do think I say here that I'm moving out of it, but I 100% am definitely moving out of it. I'm making a conscious effort in 2021 to read more adult fiction.
Adult, which I'm loving. But to be honest, I'll give every book a try. Like, it doesn't
I will
matter
too,
what
fair.
genre it is, as long as the characters are good. I'm a sucker for good characters. The plot can be like so-so, but if the characters are really, really good, I'll fall for the story and I'll love it like no matter what, basically. And usually I find those like swoon lovely characters and the characters I fall in love with are usually in contemporary stories, so that tends to be the genre I like gravitate towards. But The Remnant Chronicles by Mary Pearson back here is one of my favourite series and fantasy. One of my favourite standalones is dystopian sci-fi, which is Dark Matter.
True, yeah.
Crouch. All my favourite contemporaries are up here. But these two shelves are both non-contemporary books, which consist of like fantasy and sci-fi and dystopian stuff. So I do love all genres, but I do tend to gravitate towards contemporary the most. So yeah, those are the 10 questions, and that is the Booktube Newbie Tag. Does that make me like part of the community now because I've done this tag? I think so.
Oh.
If you like what you heard and you like what you saw.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember that I used to say this outro kind of limited me to what else I could say in my outro, so I cut it. But I love this outro. If you like what you saw and like what you heard, please make sure you give this video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video, I think is what I said.
I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe because we're all in this together. We are a solid community, as Booktube community, and I've always felt welcome and felt at home these last like 6 years. So I would love to just welcome you guys to this new channel. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and give it a like and subscribe if you did enjoy it and you want to see more from me, because I have a few videos lined up. It is my 23rd birthday on Friday and I'm planning the vlog for the first ever time. So that will be interesting.
I dove straight into the deep end with a vlog. Wow.
So it should be a good vlog, either or. So yeah, if you want to stick around, I would really, really appreciate it, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye.
It wasn't as cringy as I thought it was going to be, but my answers obviously have changed quite drastically, I feel like, and my confidence in front of a camera, like I said, it is definitely something that comes with progression and comes over time, and as you sit in front of the camera more often, the more your confidence is going to grow. That's definitely a thing I've noticed. And yeah, that was just really, really interesting to kind of witness again and rewatch. Yeah, little baby Rachel right there. Wow. I don't know how to like end this video. If you're new to BookTube and you're watching this and you're either thinking whether to start your own channel or you started your own channel but you're doubting yourself, please don't give up. It is 100% like worth it. If you love doing it, continue to do it. If you have new channels and you want to link them down below, feel free. I won't think they're spam. I won't think they're like bad. I'm offering a place for you to link down videos that you've recently created and are proud of, or channels that you've recently started and want to get a little bit more drive there. Leave them in the comments down below, and everyone watching, go check them out if there's any down below, and I'll 100% check them out as well. Like I said, this is a community of love and friendship and support, and I think it's one of the best YouTube communities. You have like some really bad communities out there, and I think BookTube is just so wholesome, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. And I know this isn't like my 1 year anniversary that's coming up in June, but hitting 1K is a crazy milestone that I never thought I would achieve, like I said, and I just wanted to celebrate it in a way that I would show myself growth and show just to myself that how far I've come, and I can tell that from watching my Booktube Newbie Tag. So yeah, if you're new here and you've just stumbled across this video because you typed in Booktube Newbie or something and you're like, she isn't a Booktube newbie, and you did like what you watched, make sure you give this video a massive like and subscribe down below to see future content from me. I do anything from book hauls, reading vlogs, TBR games, what have I said? TBR games and everything in between. So make sure you stick around and press that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss a thing. And without further ado, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone supporting me once again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.